The Gulf of Mexico doesn't exist.
Thanks.
There's only my spread ass cheeks.
Let's get the most entertaining thing out of the way.
I mean, Etta being bisexual.
Not quite.
No.
This is what I have in my notes. The title is important. Where were you when you found out Christian fucked his mom? The 31st of the 7th, 21, 1:15 a.m. PS4 party with Eric and Zach playing God of War 4. And then I list my address and where I was. Zach, where were you when you found out Christian absolutely railed his mom?
It was July 31st,
Yep.
1:15 a.m.
Yep.
in the guest bedroom of my house.
Yep.
At my address, and I was in a PS4 party with you two, and I was playing Strive, I think.
Yep.
No,
And-
I wasn't. I was simply in the PS4.
I think you were just
menu.
vibe because you were going through Twitter and Corey, where were you when you found out that Christian vigorously motorboated his mom?
So I woke up, like, I saw your message. I saw it. I was like, I didn't know anything. I didn't like.
comprehend it.
I had no clue about anything. You said Christian. I was like, okay. I went look it up. I'll just be spoiler free for today. But then like I go onto Twitter and like all I see is Christian stuff. And I'm like, I've had enough of this. I go onto TikTok and it's just Christian stuff.
Yes.
I couldn't escape it. I went onto Reddit. It's just Christian stuff. So I just shut my laptop and just contemplated life.
I mean, that's what happens when you're the most documented person in the history of humankind. Once you fuck your mom, it's everywhere. Corey, do you know much about the series of events that occurred after we found out that Christian fucked his mom? Never mind. Zach,
Yes?
how much did I annoy you by sending you just updates about Christian?
It didn't really get annoying because the very last one I saw, I was like, alright, this is the final one, and I just didn't look at any of the others. But then by the time I woke up, I was refreshed.
You're like, alright, time to start again.
I was up and at 'em.
Yeah. Corey, you back?
Oh yeah, my mom came in. I was here the whole time. I just
The
doing the hand signs to my mom.
the Naruto hand signs.
Yeah.
Corey, do you know much about like what happened after that message was sent and after the initial findings happened?
Didn't like the police like take him away from his
Ooh.
mom?
Yeah.
He has, yeah.
Yeah.
So his mom got taken away and was supposedly being checked out, just in case she had been abused or anything. And
Yeah.
Chris went to go live in a motel. And essentially the city, I guess, the state, I don't know, the governing body gave Chris what is essentially a restraining order against his mother. So he could not speak to her, could not access any of her accounts, all that jazz. Chris, being the biggest brain individual, thinks, hey, I know the password to my mom's bank account, therefore, part of this is my money. So he withdraws $700. Immediately breaks the restraining order, okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, he spends the first night, before he withdraws the money, he spends the first night sleeping in his car. Because, Christian's broke. He's got negative $200 in his bank account. I shit you not. And so this was around the time when Twitter was flaring up. This was when JonTron was like, yo, Christian fucked his mum. This was when Ricky Berwick was being Ricky Berwick, And a lot of people worried about the pets and stuff. Luckily, his neighbors are taking care of the pets. And according to Christian, so is, I shit you not, Mewtwo and Magichan, who he is married to both of them. So, he withdraws the money, checks into the motel. Cool. He's got I don't know, let's say $350 more left, or even a little bit more, let's say 400. He goes out and he uses up all that money. Can any of you guys guess where all of that money went to?
I have no idea anything could happen with that thing.
He spent the money on, I am willing to bet, $30 of food, everything else on toys. We know for a fact that Christian went and he just bought toys because it's Christian. Child at heart, as you know. Alright, so, the night goes by and Reddit finds out where Chris is located because of course they do. It's Reddit. Reddit was one of the driving forces to find the "He Will Not Divide Us" poster, which is kind of funny. But now Chris is under police investigation, and if anyone were to interfere with this case, it could really jeopardize it. He has now, I don't know if he had a warrant for his arrest right then, but there were people calling the motel being like, hey, you have a rapist in your motel, and they were like, yeah, we know, blah, 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 shit like that.
What a response.
It just fine
No,
with
no,
it.
they straight up got like 300 calls, and they're like, yeah, we know.
But still, like, there's a rapist who's currently staying at your motel. We know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if your service, like, they've paid you, what can you do?
Yeah.
Like, they're not like a high-end motel. Like,
Yeah.
They can just say, oh, we were unaware that you were a fucking rapist who raped their own grandma. Oh, mother. But she's like of that age. But Barbara is like 80-something.
She is straight up 80, and she possibly has dementia. Yes. It's not fun. I'm trying to remember. Okay. And then once Reddit figures out, this is where the weens come in. Do you guys know what weens are?
Weens? No.
I think so.
The word ween is a derogatory term for someone who starts interviewing or starts trying to catalog Christian in order to ride off of Christian's cringe. So a good example would be this event.
So, Christorians.
No, because the thing with Christorians is they will document everything. Gino Samuel doesn't just jump from one major event to the next. He goes through each, like, every single month, every single day, every single year. Same with
I was making
Gibby.
a joke. Fuck.
But, yeah, this guy decides, hey, I'm going to try and interview Christian, and this is the second major event where someone has tried to go to the motel to see Christian. The other one wasn't very eventful, and they just saw him walking. This man gets the meme, the funny itself. They get the image, they get the video of Christian getting arrested by the police. What do you think the police do in this situation?
Arrest him?
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
I'd hope so.
Deeper than that. How do you think they go about arresting him? What would you think a normal police procedure when you're going against a felon?
Like, still, like, peacefully, because they...
Guns
like,
blazing.
Corey, you were...
If it moves, it gets shot. It's your safety.
Okay, Christian's not African. He's 16% Cherokee, but whatever.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he's 1/16 Cherokee. Anyway, it's very unlikely. The police, you know, this is a criminal, so they decide to frisk Christian. And some guy, like, you know, he's just like patting down Christian, and I think he touches Christian's quote-unquote breast. You want to know what Christian says?
sexual assault.
Oh, that felt good.
Oh,
You said that loud enough for the person that was live streaming, the ween, for him to get it on camera. And this guy was filming Christian from a distance. Like, Christian was still visible, but he was pretty, like, he was a substantial amount of, like, area away.
So it wasn't like an in his face thing.
No, it was not, because otherwise, like, there would have been a possibility of jeopardizing the case, but this person wanted to try and get Christian to be interviewed. Yeah, so Christian gets arrested, and only recently did we get the mugshot from the police. And by recently, I mean like 6 hours ago, probably. They list Christian's gender and all that as female and all that. There's no problem with that. And the crime, which you would have come to expect, is incest with mother or grandmother. You know, in Virginia, that's a like what was it, class 5 felony?
Isn't it like in that state? It's like the law is that like it applies to males that they can't have incest to get like
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's what people have said, but I'm guessing that the judge would just be like, "Nah, this fucked up," and just smack the ballot.
Yeah, it all like the thing is you're gonna have a gender politics view on this because Chris hasn't gone through a full transition. Chris has only taken estrogen tablets.
The gender doesn't matter.
Yeah,
judge is just gonna hit the fucking gavel down and be like, "Silent
Jail.
shit. Jury, you make
Yeah.
the decision because precedent and shit."
But
Look, the gender shouldn't matter because the crime was the same. It's just like they have to reconsider the law with it applies to sex or gender, which
Yeah.
is just arbitrary. It doesn't really matter
fair enough. Yeah.
as long as like
Yeah.
they actually like don't give him a lighter sentence because of how they identify. I'm really struggling with the pronouns even myself because like
everyone
really-
calls him a he. Like,
yeah, I don't like doing that, but I also don't want to have someone that horrible in the community.
that's fair enough.
So I'll just stick to they.
Yeah. But I wasn't really going towards the gender side. A class 5 felony isn't that severe, at least in Virginia. That's wherever he is. The thing that'll get him really hit hard is whether or
Is
not
that he'll die on the first day of prison.
No.
It's a death sentence. No matter what we do, unless they're just thrown immediately into like
solitary confinement. Yeah.
and then Christian will just become like Christian squared.
Oh yeah, something that I forgot to mention was while he was getting arrested, he yelled at the dude. Like the dude was like, "Yo, Christian, when's the merge happening?" And Chris is like, "The merge is happening right now. We're living it, baby."
I want. I need that. Like, I need that video. I don't believe you, but I want to.
I saw a clip of that. But the thing that'll really get him hit hard is whether or not Barbara will be considered lucid, because Barbara will need to take an exam to see, if she was lucid during those acts.
Considering it's 80 in Virginia, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and she's also probably suffering from dementia at this point. It'll also depend on whether or not Barbara will want to press charges, but if she's not lucid, then it's kind of like
No,
they're probably going to press charges anyway. I
from
think.
my understanding, Barbara doesn't have to press charges if it's rape.
Yeah, she does
They
have
just
to
have
press
to-
charges if she wasn't lucid. So
No, even if she was perfectly conscious, she wouldn't have to. She simply have to present. She just simply have to present that to the police, and the police would have to investigate that. That's how criminal law works.
Okay.
It's not. It is like that would then become Christine Weston Chandler versus the state.
Okay.
Whereas a civil case would be like Barbara Chandler versus Christine Weston Chandler.
I'm pretty sure though that like if Barbara wasn't lucid during the events, it'll be a much harder sentence. Yeah. But that's where we're up to essentially at this point. If Chris will probably get a state appointed attorney, and Chris is most likely, if not certainly, gonna go behind bars. And he's going to die in prison because the inmates are gonna see him and they're gonna wanna beat the shit out of him. But it's very interesting. Like, a big part of this was that there could have been signs. There were signs before. It was almost like life was foreshadowing this. Like it was a fucking novel.
Excuse me? Life was foreshadowing this.
Because there have been points where Chris has been like, yeah, Barbara has wanted me to, like, you know, sleep in the same bed as her and, like, spoon her or some shit. And then there was also, during, when Chris was making the comics, he had incestuous characters or, like, events with characters incestually. And
It's not
Chris-
foreshadowing. They're just him being weird, but like trying to keep it like somewhat secretive.
These all occurred before the thing with Barbara, but yeah, I guess.
No shit.
But then there's also the fact that he believes that he's married to, I believe it's like one of his kids in the Quick universe. So he's been saying that kid, and I think he's married to 4 like entities: Mewtwo, Magichan, the kid, and then something else.
Wait, hold on. Mewtwo, just straight up Mewtwo.
Yeah, no, straight up Mewtwo. Mewtwo was taking care of the dogs, or well, the remaining dog. Yeah. Is there something wrong with that?
I didn't know this.
It's just baffling. Like, there would definitely, like, Chris implementing incestuous characters or having some sort of incestuous egg on before this entire event. And like, this event only happened like super recently. As far as we know, Chris had only been, quote unquote, had only been sleeping with Bob since the 15th, June the 15th, I'm pretty sure. No, not June. July, I'm pretty sure. July the 15th. Either June or July of this year. Because there is this guy on the Quickie forums called Null, and Null was trying to help Christian, unlike some of the other trolls that had come before him. Like, in Christory, some trolls have actually tried to help Christian. You have the Aspertu saga, where someone tried to make a sort of parody comic, and they were trying to explain to Chris, this is why what you're doing isn't going to work, and this is why it's wrong, and you can't just steal characters like this, and you can't implement real world people into your comic without their permission, or like by just having something horrible happen to them. There is the Liquid Chris saga, which was pointing out, you know, Chris's hubris and such. I forget what the point I was talking about, actually. I've gone too deep, boys. But essentially, this is probably the end of Christian, and with it came a lot of funny Evangelion meme at the end of Evangelion. Anyway, yeah, it's curious, and now I guess I know that once I go into what's the thing? Not social studies that we do at our school. Society and culture. I'll have somewhat of a clean ending to my fucking report.
Oh, the teacher will be so scarred because they're like they're sheltered like Christian people,
How
and they'll
old
be
is
like
this teacher?
they're like still 20s.
He's late 20s.
They might know. There's a chance, but there's also a chance that they're just gonna get to that part, and it's like, Chris had incestuous relations with their mother, and just get blown back.
They're gonna go through like the Liquid Chris saga. They're gonna go through like the Blue Spike where he shoved a medallion up his ass. That's not gonna phase him. He's gonna get to the incest part, and he's just gonna think about life.
It's gonna stack up.
Right now in
just a lot of little things, yeah.
Right now in legal, starting domestic violence. So if we get to do our own case study,
do our own Christian. Wouldn't be is incest? It shouldn't be considered a form of domestic violence, is it?
I mean,
it's domestic abuse.
They've opened up domestic abuse to just be like any family member, and it's just like sexual, like. Because if it's incestuous, it's just the relationship, but like in this case, it's like rape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 100%.
So that is like sexual abuse.
Yeah. You just said domestic violence, and I was like, okay, but domestic abuse, yeah, Definitely.
Meanwhile, I'm over here learning about the Bali 9.
The fuck's the Bali 9?
Drug smugglers.
Ooh, interesting.
It's a super interesting case, and at first I was like, man, this is fucking boring. Why do I care about these fucking guys who got arrested in 2005? And I was like, hey, yo, what the fuck is this? So I just like watched like a hour-long documentary and like didn't write anything down, so I had to rewatch it.
Oh yeah, but was it interesting
Yeah.
though?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like,
Fucking
give us your top facts about it, or like, give us the case, the scene.
okay. So these guys called the Bali Nine were a group of drug distributors. Essentially, they would like get the drugs from Indonesia,
Yep.
hide them on their person,
Mhm.
and then fly into Australia, where they'd be sold in like Brisbane and Victoria and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one day they got a tip off from an informant in Brisbane, like they were doing this shit.
Mm.
And so after a few months after that, they kind of like built a web of like, here are like the people who like they're connected to, and it's like so they like established like, yeah, these people know each other, these people are doing this stuff, but while like they had like figured all this out and got like hard evidence, by that time they were in Indonesia heading over to Australia. And so the Australian Federal Police gave all of their information to the Indonesian Federal Police, and that essentially just gave them the death sentence because Indonesia has the death penalty for drug-related
Ooh,
crimes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So obviously they were captured, and none of them really like understood entirely like the severity of like what just happened until they actually got into the court and
And they were just
only
told.
2 of them were given the death sentence, but everybody else was given the life sentence.
Fuck.
The 2 who were given the death sentence were seen as the quote-unquote ringleaders. They were Chan and Sukumaran.
Damn.
Both Australians. Chan was an Australian born with Chinese immigrant parents,
Yeah.
and Sukumaran had, I'm pretty sure, Middle Eastern immigrant parents. And but Sukumaran had never met his father, and his mother was like the breadwinner. So, in order to get some quick cash, they had turned to distributing drugs and then roping people in to also distribute drugs.
Damn.
But they were never like the ones to like produce or sell it.
They were just the distributors.
Yeah, they were the middlemen.
Yeah. Huh,
Yeah.
That sounds like a very interesting case. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like them being like captured is already interesting, like the court cases. But what happened like inside the prison is fucking intense. Like
Wow.
they took like one of the prisons, which was like deemed like hell by some of like the past prisoners and some of the Australian news.
Yeah.
They turned that into like a genuine rehabilitation server. Chan and Sukumaran.
Really?
Yeah, Chan and Sukumaran, being foreigners, were put in the Supermax area, along with all the other members of the Bali Nine, except for Lawrence. Lawrence being a female, so obviously they were sent to the female side of the prison.
Yep.
And what Chen and Sukumaran, and what Sukumaran did specifically is there was another man in the Supermax by the time they arrived in 2006, I think it was, who had already begun like changing the area from like a pretty like dead ground area to like a full-on garden.
Shit.
And like before it was like just like a little bit of grass and some concrete, but now it's like a proper garden with shade and shit.
Damn.
And they did a bunch of like shit with like rehabilitation services. Chan like held like a religious group about teaching from Indonesian to English.
Oh yeah.
And just shit like that. And they entirely changed the prison because after like because before they like didn't really see the effects of drugs, but then it turned into a situation where they saw the effect, and both Chen and Sukumaran became like very anti-drug.
They were like, "Yo, this is fucked. What have we been
doing?" And essentially, like the influence that like multiple like drug lords had diminished severely. Like
because of them
when they like entered the prison, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just because they were like first of all, because they gave like very like thorough rehabilitation services, or presented them to the warden. Oh no, not the warden, the governor. There's the term governor. And so he accepted that shit, and it like got completely turned around. And it got to the point where during one of their appeals, because they tried to appeal to get a lesser sentence,
Yeah.
all of the Bali 9 did, that all of them really hoped for about 20-ish years because that was the lowest possible sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on their final appeal, the actual governor who ran the prison came in and vouched for them, saying that it made a complete and full rehabilitation.
Ayo, set the homies free, man. Come on.
It did not happen, sadly,
They got their.
because the administration in Indonesia is so anti-drug. Recently, in 2018, I think it was, the president of Indonesia literally called for people to beat junkies on the street.
Ooh.
And they listened to him. So a lot of junkies got fucking assaulted. That is how bad it
Jesus.
is there with drugs.
Damn.
So yeah, they think they were executed in 2016.
Oh, so kinda recently.
Yeah, it's a somewhat old case. But yeah, it was just a situation of when it's first presented, do you think Chen and Superman are genuinely horrible people?
Yeah.
Because it's framed by the Australian news that Chan and Sukumaran were the ringleaders and forced them to do it and threatened their families.
Yeah.
But in the end, they had no idea what the fuck was happening. They just wanted money because both of their families struggled really hard.
Yeah.
And then they tried to make a positive effect, but because of how fucking terrible Indonesia is,
They're just
it just
nah,
didn't happen.
meet God. He'll be the rule, judge, jury, and executioner. Yeah.
That's just an interesting case.
Yeah, that is. Has anything else happened during the week at all, or before we get into ideas and suggestions? Mineta.
Yeah, he's canonically bi now.
I don't like that. I don't know.
Just no thoughts, head empty.
I hate.
You hate Mineta,
Yeah.
and so him being
I
bi
can
is
see that.
this is bad.
I mean, I just think his character is being so straight. He's just misogyny. But it's also just a self-insert of the mangaka, so I don't know.
Is the mangaka bi?
I have no clue. I'm not even a big.
I don't think it's self-insert, considering he gets literally tortured.
Yeah, but
The thing is that he isn't actually bi. It was just
It's just a joke.
a weird translation thing.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a serious scene, but it was just a matter of the translation is correct.
But the idea of him being
textually,
bi,
it's like Google Translate. It doesn't
it doesn't take context. It can't take
sure,
context.
you have translated the words, but you have not understood the context.
Yeah.
I just find it very funny how angry some people are getting at it.
I mean,
I find it genuinely so hilarious. See, here's the thing: I have no feelings one way or another about Mineta. His comedy, I never find it funny, but it's not something I find annoying. I think something could have been done with this character, but I think there's too many other probably more interesting characters.
So you need that guy that's kind of the pervy, sort of very shallow kind of character.
I mean, something can be done there. I mean, Jiraiya was also very perverted, but he was, Jiraiya.
Facts.
Fucking man.
The best.
Fucking Master Roshi. Probably the worst out of all these guys. Maybe.
Probably.
And, he has some banger scenes.
Yeah.
I can't say his name. Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins.
Meliodas?
Okay, he's pervy, but he also has character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mineta is just a bald man that is horny. I have a lot of problems with MHA. It's a really cute shonen, but it's not a great show.
The recent chapters have been bomb as fuck. Fucking Lady Nagant. That is a fucking A-tier villain.
Yeah. No, that's
A-tier villain who got S-tier treatment, and then you have fucking Overhaul, who could have been the
Bro,
best villain
oh
period,
my
but he got shafted.
God, while I was watching the anime, you know this, Zach. I loved Overhaul as a villain, and then they were just like, nah. You liked him? Nah. We're just gonna have him for like one arc. He's not gonna be overarching or anything. I still think he was the best villain.
He's fucking balling.
He's the best villain up until the point that I'm at. I'm really...
Let me think about every villain past that point. Muscular isn't anything.
Because I'm...
Shigaraki gets pretty good. I definitely enjoy him much more now than I did before, but he's yet to be overhauled because Overhaul was just...
Overhaul was just a good villain. He had amazing motivations with a cool power that solidified it. It's just cool.
Also, like, every action he takes...
was
like,
impactful.
Yeah.
And then...
Also, seeing him, like, in the current arcs especially just, like, cements how good of a character I think he is. But there's also a sort of bastardization, I guess. Can I spoil like what his line is? Because it has like no like real impact on the plot as it stands right now.
Sure. Like I've been spoiled a bit about like later.
Yeah, I don't care.
So yeah.
Yeah, in the end, he was with this one person who promised him to like take him to his old boss. Yeah, but that person got fucked up by Deku.
Oh yeah.
And then he like runs down like 17 stairs, actually more than that, like 30 stories. He's on the top of a building, and is just screaming at them like, "You were supposed to take me to the boss." And then it's like, and then Deku's like, "I'll take you to him if you do the same to Eri." And his reaction to like hearing about Eri, it's like that is still like the boss's granddaughter. And like he could have had at least like some remorse, because the whole thing about Overhaul is that was a very a good situation.
Yeah.
Now obviously he didn't want to hurt the boss or Eri. Originally, that's what I thought. I thought he didn't want to hurt either of them, but it was just necessary for a better world. But then it's like he's just obsessed with the boss, and I like that kind of flattens him out in a way. It's sort of uninteresting.
I feel like it would have been like, from what you've said, yeah, it would have been cool if he was just like, "Hurry," if he sort of
like he genuinely regretted his actions, not because he thought they were bad, but because he didn't succeed.
Yeah.
That in the end, all the suffering he caused didn't do shit. That could have been interesting.
Oh yeah.
But instead, it's just like he's obsessed with the bullshit.
The bullshit.
The big bullshit. I'm not saying he's in a good character still.
It's just, it flattens him out a little bit. It just kind of puts a little damper on him. I fucking... Bro, speak about manga. Whole Cake Island is so fucking good. Especially with Sanji, bro. Like, when I first had Shonen Jump...
Speaking of perverted anime characters.
Yeah. When I first had Shonen Jump, I was reading where I'm up to at the moment. So, like, I'm at chapter 851. So that's like Sanji just found out she has her 3 eyes and shit. And then I remember part of the climax of Whole Cake, where Sanji does the full, like, "Yeah, you're still beautiful the way you are," or some shit. Either that or I was having, like, a mega fever dream. But Whole Cake Island is still so fucking good, knowing all the context and shit to it. It's... Oh my god, bro. It's... Like, Big Mom is pretty cool, and her character's, like, cool and nice.
I'm gonna be honest right here. Fuck that hoe. I don't care about her.
You don't...
I don't care about her. I don't care about Kaido, Doflamingo, Katakuri. Are you up to the Katakuri fight?
I don't think so.
Okay, you're definitely up then, because you'd remember.
Yeah, you mean the one where it's like, "No nuts."
Yeesh.
No nut, man, yeah. But, like, it's cool. I really like the idea of, I don't know what the island is, but, like, Whole Cake Island, is it called? And then it's, like, Totenon Isle or something? Toteland, yeah. I like that kind of idea. I think it's cool. And then, yeah, it's just good. And we get more, like, in-depth character, like, with Sanji. And it solidifies him as, like, genuinely one of the best members of the Straw Hat crew, not in power, but in characterization. Like,
I mean, he is number fucking 3.
yeah. Straight up. And, like, so it's still, like, for me, for my favorite character of One Piece, it's like, Zoro's badass, and then Sanji's just a cool character. So I'm kind of stuck between both. I really like both of them.
Yeah, fucking ape brain.
Why, who's your favorite character?
Sanji, Luffy, then Zoro.
Yeah,
I mean, Zoro's cool, but that's all he has going for him.
I just think
Like,
he's a cool man.
There are times I'm confident where it's like Jinbei will probably surpass him just because, like, you know, there's more character, more things to, like, bite into.
Yeah. But
that's, like, just talking about the Straw Hats. In general characters, Katakuri might be number 1. I'm gonna be real.
yeah. Well, I'll have to see.
Okay.
So fucking good. Corey, we've kind of left you out a little bit. We ended up going on about manga and stuff.
I don't care. Well, I enjoy listening to it, like different like suggestions. Like I want to get back into reading manga. I just depressing, right? And just school. And like right now, I'm literally working on an assessment while listening to you guys talk.
Oh yeah. Shit. Okay, well then, newest JJK chapter finally.
Bussin'.
Absolutely amazing. Panda straight up is like, "Ayo, my animal rights have been violated. What the fuck?" And Itadori's like, "I bet." And it's like, "Let's take it to the boss," and the boss got hella bitches.
Also,
hella bitch.
The fucking 3rd year.
Yeah, bro. The 3rd year got the bitch, bro.
Yeah, got 2 bitches, but one of them left.
Yeah, goddamn.
God dang.
We finally get to see Panda, but I don't know why Panda's here. How did he get here? What the fuck?
Punch.
Panda just punched his way into the Fight Club and he's like, "Hey, I want to.
Why not?
I want to fight a fool." It's like, I bet. And fuck, bro. I can't wait to, like, especially the Maki fight where she just murders the entire Zenin clan.
But what the fuck is wrong with you?
What? No, I want to see that animated, bro.
Corey
What?
hasn't fucking read that part, you animal.
I'm literally didn't hear anything.
Oh, thank God. Cal,
And
if you
I have
spoiled
the
that, I
worst-
was gonna beat your ass.
I have the worst memory of anyone.
Corey, have you read or watched any of JJK?
I have not.
I'm just saying, bro,
planning
you
on
gotta be
doing
more
it?
careful with your words.
I mean, I've just been spending my time with just like going back and watching DC and Marvel like content. Like, I just finished watching like the Harley Quinn series today. It's like so good. Like I thought it was just gonna be something like cheesy, like very similar to Batman, like the Brave and the Bold and like the animated Batman shows.
Yeah.
They're good, but they're still kind of childish. But like
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, like it goes dark and it's so like the violence is like they go ham.
Is that the like series with the cancer ray? And Holly shoots a guy with
Oh yeah, the cancer ray. And
He's like, "Oh my god, what'd you shoot me with? It's cancer ray. I gotta go
just
spend
runs
the
away,
Christmas
like, I'm
with
so-
my family."
Oh god,
Harley Quinn.
that show is this. I don't want to spoil it. Ugh.
Oh, don't worry. I literally don't care about that show. And I don't think calendar.
Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah.
But like the Joker, like, it doesn't make any sense. But he falls into acid and then he turns normal again.
Good.
And he,
Doesn't a
and-
building fall on him on like a hive thing?
that's after, yeah, and that's why he's in hospital. He
And then
loses
he
his
gets
memory.
insane.
No, he turns normal. He falls in love with just a nurse or something, and just lives like 6 months of his life as a normal person. Has a girlfriend, has kids,
Oh shit.
and it's so like, funny because and he turns back eventually, and he's like,
Oh.
"What the fuck?" But I also miss this.
Oh no, be this again! Damn it!
And then to his kids, they're not they were the kids of the nurse, but like he
Yeah.
took them in as his own. He's like, well, I'll still be your dad, but I'm still gonna be
But I'm still like fucked up.
Like dads can be super villains too.
Holy shit. That's amazing. Right, but all I'm gonna say is I want some of the Jujutsu Kaisen fights animated. I want to see that shit.
Yes.
Yes. I just, bro. Yeah, I want to see Mappa try and adapt their animation with the fights to be slightly more rougher. But if they just come out how they've been like churning fights out with the anime, I'll still be fine with it. I'll still sit down and watch
I want
that
Mappa to take more than 6 months to make an anime. Jesus.
shit. Wait, has their like quality dipped or something?
It's fucking overworking their fucking workers.
Oh yeah.
Most series have a year, and even then, shit can get rough.
Yeah, facts.
Like Mappa takes on so much. It was
Mappa's like, give us all of those shows. We're gonna whip you all
Yeah,
until you get
it
this
was-
done.
yeah, that was Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, and then Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. Chainsaw Man's quality. Do you reckon Chainsaw Man's quality is gonna like drop because of the overworked staff, or do you think Mappa still has a bit to go until they fumble?
I mean, what's gonna happen is just like it's gonna do really well, but there's gonna be a point where just like eventually something breaks. Don't know what it is,
It'll come.
but something's gonna break in Mappa, and it's just gonna be like a huge wake up call for like the anime industry as a whole.
Mm,
Hopefully, anyway,
yeah.
before anything like super serious happens.
Yeah. Definitely.
I can imagine like a huge amount of like workers being unable to do something, or just going on strike.
Mm.
Fuck it, form a union.
Anime industry. Do they have a union over there?
They do not. Why do you think they are treated so horribly?
Shit. Damn.
Want to make a union, Callum?
Yeah, let's go infiltrate Japan and make a union.
Infiltrate.
We're gonna do some fucking spy shit.
I'll be the distraction. They'll all be looking at my blonde hair in amazement and wonder. And the fact I am the slightest bit taller than them.
And you're like ghost white skin. It's to the
Yeah.
point where like you'll go under a streetlight and they won't be able to see you because their eyes are just naturally they can't see like white people in super bright light for some reason.
I swear my white Levi's t-shirt, so they'll just see Levi's approaching them in black.
Yeah, they'll just start screaming. It'll like destroy their like entire idea and perception of people. Yeah.
And then you just like go up to like a random anime and just say, "You want a union?"
You put your arm on like the like head
Giant
keyframer.
fucking trench coat. And it's like a fucking like contract.
Yeah, and you like put your arm on like the head keyframe anime, and you're like, "Hey, you want to have equal rights and equal pay? You want to make a union? You want to have breaks and shit? Just sign this contract. There are no caveats." You just become the Joker.
It's joke up for unions.
Yeah. Yeah, holy shit. I want to talk about Guilty Gear Strive, bro.
Yes, very fun game.
Very fun. Corey, have you played much Guilty Gear Strive? Or have you played
No,
Guilty
none at
Gear?
all.
Because I know you've played Fighters. Guilty Gear is fun, bro.
Yeah, but you can like almost never find a fucking match.
Oh, it got released and then like fucking I don't know, someone came to it and shot it in the back of the like spleen.
No, we're in Oceania. That's the
Is it
problem.
just in Oceania?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna check the East Coast servers. It's like 32, 32, 31.
Bruh.
There are 5 people in this country who play fighting games, and the other 3 have fucking 18 accounts.
Bro, that's why like only like you'll only see a lot of people in Dragon Ball Fighters when a new character is released because all of the like American servers get filled up and they're like, fuck it, we're gonna go to Australia. We're gonna
No,
wreck
we're on
these
the
kids."
Asia servers.
Yeah, Oceania and Asia. Okay, yeah. The
No,
Koreans
just
come
the
over here.
Asia.
Are you sure? Wasn't
I'm
there like
pretty
an
confident.
there's an Oceania setting? I'm pretty sure.
Is there?
Yeah.
Damn.
There is. So like,
I'm just on Asia, I guess.
people just come over and they're like,
Uh,
they got no one. Let's take over these servers, baby. But
5 people at 5 p.m. Hiya.
but
Yeah, but game very fun. Hate lobby system.
oh my god, lobby and UI is just mega doo doo ass. They could not have done a worse job. Fuck me. And also just like
They could have.
yeah, I guess, but it's still like
I could make a worse lobby if I tried.
I'm gonna destroy the UI.
In the next fucking Guilty Gear game, you have to solve a maze in order to get to a matchmaking thing.
Holy shit. Bro, the story mode as well seems like just a missed opportunity because without knowing what the Guilty Gear story mode entails, I just got in and I was just like, how many chapters until I can fight people? And then I looked up and I'm like,
Never.
oh.
You don't fight, you enjoy the story. You enjoy the tale of Frederick Bolsar.
Yeah. And then there were just like slight animation quirks in the story mode that were just like,
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Like the walking animation compared to how fast they walk in the story, it's just like, whoa, I never knew your floor was made of ice. You just
Yeah, they just continue with their momentum despite like not walking.
it's like okay, I guess. And then like as well, I don't know if this is particularly an English voice acting problem or if this was just how like things were animated and stuff, but it's just like, yo, these people speak extremely quickly or they're like their lines don't mesh up, which I guess
Is
I
this
can
in
understand.
English or Japanese?
English, which will make sense if that is the
I'm pretty
case.
sure Japanese people like talk faster.
Yeah, I mean
Or
like
like they have like a more condensed sentence structure or something. I know.
yeah. I mean you can see stuff like that from the Speed Racer anime, the original one, where it's literally just the man straight up becoming the rap god. And sometimes they'll just get cut out. Yeah.
Yeah, like that fucking one scene. It's like, you two over there, fix my car. The one in fucking whatever. And they just go, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Look.
No, they just go, oh.
Yeah. But
Because I'm pretty sure in the Japanese they go, hi. But we don't have anything for like just
we
hi.
have 2 syllable what? Syllable, whatever, fuck. We got okay.
Did you just do the fucking clap thing?
Yeah. I had a mega retard moment. I was like, what's that
Punk.
called? Yeah,
You
well,
absolute buffoon.
yeah. But it's fun. Is a very beautiful game. The tutorials are absolute dog shit. But yeah, it's fun. And it's cool, and I like it. And yeah, is there's just no one in our region, which sucks mega doo doo ass. And the UI could definitely use with some work.
Just put a fucking matchmaking thing. It's just like fucking Oceania, ranked, casual.
Oh my god,
That's all
yeah.
you need, big man.
Or even just like, if you were to go into the lobbies, don't have a giant ass news thing that takes up half of your fucking screen.
Also, I've learnt more about the Guilty Gear lore.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Would you like an entire whole ass rundown?
Sure, why not? I'm only like halfway through. I'm at like chapter like 4 or 5 of the Strive story, so give me a run through.
Alright. So, it's 2000, whatever the fuck.
Yep.
We got a message from a thing called the Universal Will that it will take over technology and kill us all. So technology's gone now. But there's this guy called the Original,
Yeah.
and he teaches these 3 guys. Well, actually, he teaches a bunch of guys, a bunch of people, magic. So magic is in the world.
Alright.
There are 3 super important ones. Forget their names at the moment though, and their names don't matter. It is the 3 like shadowy figures who control everything behind the scenes. Oogity boogity.
Yeah, you gotta make sure that you make this as simple and scuffed as possible.
Yeah. Okay, and there's one guy who we'll call for now that man.
The boy.
That man is friends with Frederick and Arya. And Arya, Frederick love each other.
Yeah.
And they are all working on together as fucking scientists to cure some diseases or whatever.
Cancer.
And then Arya gets a super horrible disease, which sucks. But then that man who was secretly working on a bunch of shit was like, Arya, we can cryogenically freeze you and wake you up when the time is right and we found a cure. She's like, no, I want to be with Frederick. And Frederick's like, damn. And then that man is like, I bet he'll be alive when you come out. And so he makes Frederick immortal by turning him into essentially a demon.
Yep.
And then cryogenically freezes Arya and then gives some of his work to the government so they stay shush about this.
Yeah, as you do.
And the government made a bunch of other gears.
Yeah, because Frederick's a gear, right?
Yeah, Frederick is a gear, and now goes by Soul Bad Guy, but he's like a proto gear.
Yeah.
And so that man saw all this fucking gears being made. I was like, no, that's not allowed. And then he turned Arya into like the gear who can control other gears.
As you do.
Yeah. And so, that kind of sucks. So now like the world is at war, kind of.
Hmm.
And then Justice, obviously, takes it all over. And then Justice gets the bright idea that us gears are getting the shit end of the stick. Why don't we just become the new humans?
So it's not even like we're gonna get right. It's like, nah, fuck them kids. We the new humans.
Yeah, this was influenced by the Universal Will, who was also a robot who's trying to make true humans. Because the Universal Will was given this task to, at all costs, protect humanity. But then it was like, what is humanity? What are humans? And then it came to the logical conclusion, humans do not exist. I must erase all these fake humans and make the true ones.
Oh, yeah?
So that influenced Arya, who now goes by Justice. So 100-year war happened, and Soul was a part of it.
And it's fucking epic.
Yeah. And that war just kind of happens and ends. Justice is sealed away. This war was called the Crusades.
I love how just bonkers everything is. It's like, even the characters' names, Happy Chaos. Like
yeah, we'll get to Happy Chaos.
Ariel's. It's like, whoa, this shit.
It's just Arya. That's a normal name, like Frederick.
No. Her name's like Ariel's.
Hold on, that's a different character.
But you get the idea.
Yeah.
It's an insane universe where they're just like, damn, the Crusades? Nah, that's 100-year war now, baby. Damn, Soul Bad Guy? Nah, he's the good guy now.
He was always the good guy.
Yeah, but it's like, he the good guy. And he have a cool-ass bike that, like, goes zoom. And
that he made, because he's like a super nerd.
His big-ass sword is like a gun, but not like a Final Fantasy gun. Like, it's like blunt.
Hold on. During the Crusades, Soul made 4 weapons.
Yeah.
The Flame Seal, the Thunder Seal, the Light Seal, and the Wind Seal.
Yeah.
He has the Flame Seal. Which created and magnified fire magic and like all the others.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, only the Thunder Seal is a sword. The Wind Seal is a pair of fans. And the Light Seal is a light bulb thing.
That's interesting.
Yes. Okay, so war happens, and the new leader of the Crusades, because the old one died, because it was like 100-year war, was this guy called Kikasaiki.
Yeah.
And obviously the land being ravaged is like, damn, this shit need work. So he like gets these other 2 blonde people and decide we shall become the 3 kings of basically just Europe.
Mm.
So Europe got divided in 3 parts, and Kai Kiske is the first king. Leo Whitefang is the second king, and this homeboy called Dariel is the third. Dariel doesn't do shit ever, but he looks cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then there's this guy called Testament, who is also a gear, who is being controlled by Justice, sets up this tournament thing to free Justice. It's a weird situation, I'll be honest.
It's pretty wacky.
And that tournament is the setting of the first game of the franchise.
Let's go, Guilty Gear on the PS1. Finally.
Yes. Canonically, Soul wins. It's revealed. Actually, there is like the temptation to like get all these people. It was like, you need to stop Justice, and there'll be a wish, and everyone's like, a wish? Anything we want? Goddamn. Then it happens. Soul wins. Doesn't get the wish. Fights Testament. Beats his ass. But it's like, you fool! Justice is already unleashed, and
Soul's
Soul
like,
kills his dead girlfriend.
What a sentence.
Yes, but now how Justice is Arya?
Yeah.
That man comes in and is like, I'm gonna take half of Arya's soul, leave it in Justice, and put the other half just like somewhere. We don't really know where until later.
Yeah.
So the first game ends, nobody's really happy. Then the second game happens. And basically all that happens there is it's just a sequence of people trying to fucking bring back Justice. It's a whole thing. But then something happens. Something interesting happens. That man creates a new gear, a new primary gear.
Yeah.
Called Dizzy, who was made from the DNA of Frederick and Arya, so it's technically Soul Bad Guy's daughter.
Yep.
And so Testament, who is now freed from fucking Justice's control, is like, everyone in the world is hunting you because you're a gear. Man, that sucks. I'm gonna protect you now, despite the fact Dizzy is like a walking nuke. And then there's this girl called Eno, and Eno works for that man. And Eno comes to fuck up Dizzy for some reason, despite the fact that man doesn't too much care for it. Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yes, that man has weird motivations, and it's not really revealed until later. So Soul Bad Guy goes hunting for Dizzy because there's a huge bounty on her head. Finds her, beats her, and is like, and walks away.
Yeah, why would I even hear it? I don't know.
Yeah, Kai Keys then takes in Dizzy.
Yeah.
Then they fuck, and... What?
They fuck?
Yes.
But
I should preface that Dizzy wasn't made like... Dizzy was made during the 100-Year War, but it's unknown exactly when, as are most of the gears. Because, that man is just immortal.
This shit was
it's
like,
not even a
watch
joke,
this.
he just doesn't age.
He's just like, hey, watch this, fam. What? And so that's the gear maker then, I'm guessing?
The gear maker is that man, yes.
Alright.
He's only called the gear maker when we reach the 3D game.
And then he's called fucking Satan or whatever.
He's not, sadly.
Oh.
I mean, they probably refer to him as Satan because he's the devil.
Yeah, they call him the devil. That's what I meant. Not Satan, but...
Yeah. So Dizzy just, has a child with the first king of England, who is called Sin. Now, Sin grows at, a rapid pace because he's part gear.
Oh, yeah?
And then this one entity who comes from this place called the Backyard arrives. Now, the Backyard is fucking strange. So there's our reality and then the Backyard.
Yeah.
Now, the Backyard, if you control the Backyard, you have full and total control over the physical world. And so the goal of the universal will and that man is to control the backyard. The universal will obviously wants to erase humanity and replace it with the Valentine series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so there's this thing that can control the backyard called the cube, which was made by that man, but he couldn't use because the universal will told him to fuck off, and he couldn't really do anything about that.
No.
Yeah, and so the universal will releases this one thing called just called Valentine.
Oh yeah.
And then Soul alongside Sin are like, damn, we gotta stop this.
That's
Then it's
Stonehands.
revealed. And it's revealed. The key to the cube is hidden within the DNA of Justice, but Justice is sealed away. But oh no, Dizzy was made using Justice / Arya's fucking DNA, so she has it. So Kaiki Skate seals his wife away and doesn't know if he can undo the seal.
Oh no.
Sin, seeing his father seal away his mother for possibly all of eternity, maybe, runs off. And as they're talking, they realize, oh no, Sin also has Justice's DNA, and therefore his DNA can unlock the cube.
Fuck.
Too late. Valentine is already there.
Oh.
And so a bad guy's like, the fuck you just doing to my grandson, and kills Valentine like that.
Just
Technically, it was not like we're on the site of a crime, like they had to chase her into the backyard,
yeah.
which only Gears can handle because it's so dense of information. Like that's literally it has so much information inside it that it just crushes people.
Oh yeah.
So Soul has to become a gear, destroys Valentine,
Fucking just.
and that is like yes.
So
And
what
Dizzy
happened to
gets
Sin.
Sin's alive. It just
Right.
the key that was inside his DNA got taken.
Oh yeah.
So he's like kind of a gear now, I think.
Slightly.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, damn, that was a really difficult thing to fight. I hope the Universal Will doesn't literally just create another Valentine that comes to fuck us all up.
And then he did it again.
And then Exard happened. And Ramlethal Valentine got unleashed and declared war on the world.
Which caused the death of billions.
Ramlethal just did that and dipped, kinda. Just kinda announced to the world she was doing that and vanished.
Alright,
So then,
so I'm gonna
Soul-
fucking bomb all of you. See ya.
Yeah. Okay. So then Soul Bad Guy is like, this is a problem. And Sin, who is with Soul, is like, this is also a problem. So that starts happening. And so, those, shady guys who learnt magic from the original? They set up robots everywhere in case of another, Valentine attack.
It's doing some
Turns
Breath
out
of the
they were
Wild
working with with the Valentines and the Universal Will.
shit. Oh,
So, surprise, surprise, the robots start attacking innocent people.
that's not fun.
Yeah. And then this other Valentine shows up that's called Elfet Valentine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Elfet Valentine wants to stop her sister, Ramlethal Valentine, from destroying basically all of humanity because for some reason Elfet has a moral compass.
Alright.
And then they find out that Elfet exist. Elfet can use her powers to reduce the powers of Ramlethal and vice versa.
Oh.
So Soul beats up a weakened Ramlethal, and she's captured. And then Sin, they try to interrogate her, and it's not working. And Sin brings Ramlethal pizza and puppies, and Ramlethal is now a good guy.
Ramethal. That sounds like the is the bitch with the thigh jiggle physics a gear?
Ramlethal Valentine is a Valentine, not a gear.
Okay, but is that her?
Gears? Yes.
Alright, cool.
That is Ramlethal Valentine.
I was like, oh yeah, they both like puppies.
Yeah. And so Ramlethal is now a good guy because pizza and puppies.
Yeah. Straight up innocence.
Yeah. Yeah. But obviously, it's revealed like, oh no, these three shady governors and whatever the fuck they're called, they're actually evil. So they get in their flying spaceship and nuke a city.
Alright, just like that.
I mean, yeah, that's just what happens. And everybody looks on in horror as a city is obliterated.
And those in the city get obliterated.
I mean, yes. A city just kind of dies. And then eventually it's revealed something.
What?
That spaceship, that thing that they're in, is actually the coffin of justice. So they are flying in like Justice's thing. And the way they are nuking cities is what that thing does is actually teleports between the backyard and the real world. And when it goes into the backyard and teleports out of it, the teleportation takes some of like the backyard's like surrounding like matter and shit. And once that is brought into the real world, that stuff is so dense it just nukes the city.
Just takes it out.
Yes. And then they realize they need a huge amount of energy to unlock justice. But what could have that energy? And they're like, this thing called St. Elmo's Fire, which is a giant lightning strike that happens every 13 years. They're probably going to use that to power justice. It's like, what can we do? And then Dizzy is like, I am a walking nuke. I'll just overpower the system. And everyone's like, I bet. So, they go over there, they do that. They all get fucked up, and they find Elfet, in the debris.
Oh yeah.
And then there's like the queen of like everything, Ariel, comes up, and she's like, "I bet now Elfet is now a villain because she was like a sleeper agent." And Ariel is actually the universal will who has taken over the body of this random woman called Ariel.
Delightful.
Yes, and everything that had happened with the fucking three musketeers was all part of her plan, because the three musketeers just wanted to rule the world with justice and didn't want like true humans to exist, because that would mean their death. Obviously. Fun. Okay, now Ramlethal now is trying to rescue Elfet, but like they know it's a trap, but Elfet's like, I can do something.
No, step back, watch this.
She goes, but because she now has a moral compass, she tries to save an innocent kid, and that ends up getting her almost killed.
Close. But not quite.
But everyone thinks she's dead.
Oh, yeah.
So now there's like a huge fight happening between fucking Ariel and all the gang.
Some gangs just pull up.
Yeah, I mean, Fuck, I should have said this. In between Exiled and the fucking 3D one, Soul went and found the light seal, fused it with his flame seal, and made the, I think it's called a junk something. And it's the sword he has in Exiled and Strive. Because his sword before that was like just like a flaming sword, nothing special. It was basically what Kai Kisk had, but red.
Yep, as you do.
I mean, yeah, he fucking made the swords.
Yep.
Okay, that happens. So he has this epic sword now, except he always had it. I mean, whatever. So, but during like the initial attack of fucking Ariel, she sent that man, or the gear maker, into an alternate dimension. Because the gear maker can make gears, and gears are stupid powerful.
Gears is just epic.
Example, fucking Justice, Dizzy, and fucking Soul are like the three most powerful entities.
Shit, not even Kai can do anything about that. Does Kai have
what the fuck is...
No, never mind.
Kai ain't gonna do shit.
He's just sitting there.
He's a random pretty boy with a cool sword that isn't even his.
Really?
Yeah, and the Thunder Seal.
Oh yeah. That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, does Kai have the Thunder Seal? And I'm like,
yes. And Anji has the Wind Seal.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, a huge fight's happening. The Gear Maker is in hell, basically.
I see.
And then one of those like 3 shady guys comes up and he's like, "I made a terrible mistake." And the Gear Maker's like, "Yep, I'm gonna fix this. You are now freed from hell."
He's like, I bet.
Yeah, so he's now free. And then they fucking kick Ariel's ass. I don't know, I didn't pay attention too much. I was getting very tired by that time in the video.
And then that leads us into the events of Strive.
Yeah.
Alright.
There's a bit more. Yeah, the Game Maker has like 2 people, them being Eno and Raven.
Oh, yeah.
And to defeat the fucking Ariel girl,
Be a woman.
they're like, we must release fucking Jacko. That is upsetting.
Yep.
And Jacko is like where the other half of Ari's soul is. So basically, the Gear Maker's plan is to fuse Jacko with Justice to not only stop Ariel's plan, but also bring back Aria.
Yep.
And Jacko to fucking Eno is like, "Hey, Eno, you are only half of a person. Like, half of your true self is missing somewhere.
Yeah.
And if you had that, you'd be a god."
And then Eno's like, I bet.
Yeah, and then she just leaves somewhere, and then Raven like tells Jacko off and does nothing ever.
Yep. As you do.
As Raven does.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ariel's taken down. It's a big happy ending, and now, fucking Solar's half reunited with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Shit's all coming into place. Sin slightly forgives his father for abandoning him and his mother.
Mm.
His mother being a fucking walking nuke. Yeah. And Strive happens. And obviously Eno goes to Ariel, who got captured, and just rips out Happy Chaos.
Yep.
It was seen as like a final procedure, if need be. Like the Gear Maker's final plan, if like the Jacko one didn't succeed,
Yeah.
was fuse Eno with Happy Chaos. That was like taking Happy Chaos outside of Ariel, and just make Eno a god. Quickly.
Just real quick.
Yeah, real quick. Ain't no thing.
And then
Then,
that's where we're up to.
yeah, with Strive.
Yeah. And
Are you
shenanigans
gonna
ensued.
watch the rest of Strive?
Probably. Just like
Okay, I won't spoil it.
just like while I'm doing like schoolwork, just have background noise.
Okay, I'll tell you the story then.
Nah, like I'll still be paying attention.
Will you?
A bit. I'll be like, I know these events happened.
You'll be conscious of those events.
Yeah, I'll be conscious, but I won't know why they happened because Guilty Gear Strive was my first Guilty Gear game.
Wolfie Versus has a series of Guilty Gear lore.
Yeah, I saw
And
that. I was like,
and I know
ooh.
I definitely got some of it wrong.
I like saw because when I was looking at the story mode and shit, some guy on Reddit was like, "Oh yeah, Wooly versus or whatever," and I'm like, "Ooh, I might look at that later," sort of thing. Zach, did you have any interesting dreams since the last time?
Sadly, no. I've gotten no dreams. It's upsetting.
Has your quest for sleep paralysis occurred yet? Have you finally reached there?
No, I would have told you about the sleep paralysis. I would have had a big dumb smile because my face would have texted you. I got sleep paralysis.
And you'd be like,
Heart
"Man,
emoji, heart emoji.
damn."
We.
We.
And then I'd draw my sleep paralysis demon, and I'd call him Frederick.
Frederick. My
Yes.
son.
Freddy Fazbear.
Freddy Fazbear's your sleep paralysis demon.
That's the worst. I'd be so disappointed.
Would you get like physically mad or upset, or you'd just be like, I can't deal with this anymore?
Empty.
Just pain, suffering, nothingness.
So yeah, Happy Chaos is very cool. I want to play him. Same with Gold Lewis Dickinson.
Yeah. Do you
Same with
reckon?
Biking because titty window.
What?
Nothing.
No. What's her name?
Biking.
Yeah.
She's got one arm.
Bacon.
And she's a Jap.
Oh, this woman. Yeah. What happens to her? Does she just disappear?
She's referenced in the story when Angie and Chip are just up there like, this is the person fucking Biking and whoever else was talking about, huh?
It's like
Yeah.
Have they said that Happy Chaos is gonna be a DLC fighter or nah? You just want that to happen.
I mean, they're probably going to reuse models. So the models of characters of like participants in a story that aren't being used are probably going to be playable.
Yeah.
So Gold Lewis was Happy Chaos, as well as Jacko, probably.
Yeah. Jacko will
And-
probably be used.
They also have Venom and Answers
But I'm not
models
up
in the
to there.
game.
Yeah. What if they bring in the president of the United States?
The President. President Vernon.
Hey, straight up Obama in Guilty
Fat
Gear.
Obama. Fat
What?
Cyborg Obama.
We haven't seen the or I haven't seen like the. Is it Kai's the first king? Did you say?
Yeah, first king.
Well, then I haven't seen the second because
Leo's the second.
Leo's okay.
Talking
Then
about
who's
the
the third?
Dariel.
Dariel.
He's in the White House scene.
Is he? Hold
He's the
on.
guy who Happy Chaos was like, shoot that scary looking man, and that scary looking man was Dariel.
Oh, I'm not up to that. Oh wait, yeah. I know. I know him now. Yeah.
Check or cringe,
Yeah.
Mr. President.
That'd be funny if Happy Chaos just pulled up and was like, "Hey yo, Mr. President, kick or cringe? You decide."
That is your choice, Mr. President.
Yo, if we ever make a game, I really want like a character like to threaten someone by saying "kick or cringe." You decide.
I'd hate that.
Why?
It's kick or cringe, you decide.
Just. Her life or yours, kick or cringe? Will you be the
You
sim?
shoot him, and I will kill everybody in this room. That's a pretty kick option, if I do say so myself. You wouldn't want to be cringe in front of everybody, would you?
Yeah, that'd be funny. Is there anything else? We've been going for an hour and about 20.
No. Your mom gay.
What, did Yoda become fucking Happy Chaos? He starts like sprouting and his horns turn into big ass ears and he gets super small and like old.
The horns? You mean on the front of his head?
Yeah, they just morph around.
Just has fucking 4 ears now.
No, they just
By the way,
overtake his ears.
His glasses, by the way, is the most Guilty Gear shit I've ever seen.
Oh, 100%. Just
you
X's.
look at him and you say that's Guilty Gear.
Yeah, you just look at the glasses themselves and you're like, oh, I know where that's from.
Yeah. It's fucking. He has a heart in the middle of his chest where there's a fucking like. There's a bunch of teeth in it.
Yeah, it's got like a dog bite mark or some shit. And the heart's like kind of like dripping off like it was just
Yeah.
painted on him. And then he has like a black
Like, got
halo
spray
and
painted,
guns on
yes.
this like side, and he doesn't have a shirt on or anything, just pants.
And a nice ass jacket.
Facts. Well, I'm not up to the part where he has a jacket, but
He has the jacket in this fucking scene. He busts in.
you do?
He gets it when he enters the White House.
I'm not up to that yet.
Yes, you are.
No, bro.
When Happy Chaos enters the White House, he's like, I like your jacket.
No, I'm like,
Fucking fiend.
Soul just got to the White House and he just saw us guys. Like,
I'm talking about
"What up,
Happy
Holmes?"
Chaos when he got to the White House.
He isn't at the White House yet.
He is!
Yeah.
What do you mean Happy Chaos isn't in the White House?
He's not in the White House.
Where do you think he is?
I don't know. Last time I saw him, he was talking to Black Samurai Man. Black Samurai Man's like, "Why do you not kill me?" And it's like, "Keko cringe, Black Samurai."
So you know about the scene which like threatens a guy to shoot down?
No, I haven't seen that scene. I know about it now because you told me.
Bullshit.
I'm not.
Bullshit. I don't believe you. Soul enters the White House after Happy Chaos.
No.
He does. I can say that with confidence.
That is not what I have seen. The president
You
is
haven't
fine.
seen shit. The first scene in the White House isn't with Soul, because he'd have no way to know where the fuck Happy Chaos went.
He's not going
How would
after
he
Happy
know-
Chaos. And at this point, he went to go see the Gear Maker, and he was like, "I'm
He's
here
not at
now."
the White House. I know this. He's in a different location.
Okay, well they went there at fucking G4 Summit, whatever.
You're fucking stupid.
I don't fucking know, man. Is Giovanna like she's new in Strive, right?
Yes.
She are there any other like just new characters, or is she like just the one that they added?
Her, Nago, and one more, I think. Oh yeah, also God Lewis Dickinson.
He's new?
Yes.
Huh. He got a coffin that turns into a minigun that has a ghost in it.
No, I mean, he just pulls out a minigun, but okay.
That's just what I've seen that's what I've heard on the internet. I just like, for some reason it was like, "You coffin don't do a minigun." I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Well, that person's
Ghost or
retarded.
alien or some shit. Fuck me, man.
It's an alien.
Yeah. Only the best.
It's an alien homie.
The homie, bro. I'm just seeing what's trending. I forgot I have Fortnite blocked on Twitter.
How do you know this?
Because Fortnite was trending. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm curious. And first thing I see is like the Fortnite account is like, oh, I have Fortnite blocked.
I have Attack on Titan silenced on mine. Because I kept on getting spoilers.
You're like, God. You're like, fuck. That's. I'm not gonna speak. Is that everything then?
No, I can go on for long about how stupid you are. Bitch.
Nah, bro. The fuck was that?
What do you mean, what's that?
I'm going. Never mind. I'm going insane. I guess we'll end it here then. We've gone for an hour and a quarter.
I have a bit of other news.
You have some other news?
Yeah, it's about Chainsaw Man.
Ooh, do tell.
Okay. So part 2's gonna happen, we know that now.